Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching The Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 15, Trespass. Who knows who's trespassing where? But we've kind of finished the last, two-parter episode to this one. I don't know what it's going to be. This is Episode 15. Episode 16 was the one I watched earlier, the Hidden Enemy one. So I'm guessing that this one will be a self-contained one-off episode, and I'm intrigued. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of these reactions up on my Patreon, and you get this 2 weeks in advance, which means all of Season 2 is up on my Patreon. All of Season 2? No, don't listen to me. All of Season 1 is currently up on my Patreon, unedited, and you can get the edited version 1 week in advance. And yeah, thank you for watching. We're not finished. Let's go. I still think this would be better with the scrolling text.
Since the planet is uninhabited, the moon of Pantora reserves the right to continue as its protectorate.
Point taken, Senator.
But also,
Senator and the droids while we secure the base.
Let them secure the base unless you're a military expert. Oh god. At least their heads aren't inside.
I don't get it. Do you think the Separatists are building a forward base to attack Pantora?
No, I don't think this was
I don't
Separatists.
think we're dealing with Separatist droid base on the other side of the ice ridge.
Oh. Maybe we are dealing with Separatists. Just that the helmet on sticks didn't seem Separatist-y.
I'd say whoever attacked
Oof.
took out the droids also.
Whoa.
Rex, help Anakin. Did you find anything?
All big
I
footprints.
found some large footprints. What was that? Whatever it was, it's a good warrior.
The droid's log indicates they were investigating the southern canyon.
So is this planet not uninhabited after all? So the moon shouldn't have the... Did the moon want the base so that they could colonize the planet? Is it not really a wasteland?
Lone's injuries were not consistent with what...
So, you're an expert on war now, are you, Senator?
It doesn't take an expert.
No, I only...
Let me tell you something, Senator. I have led our people since before you were born.
Well, maybe it's time for a change.
Planets rise and fall.
Hi. This moon is not this place is not uninhabited, so the moon people can leave. Droids. What's he drawing?
Peace.
It's not an uninhabited moon, and I bet Mr. Chairman man knew that.
They're trespassers.
With respect, Chairman Joe, these creatures, the Talls, aren't advanced enough to master space travel.
Nope.
I think they may have been here longer than Pantora.
Whoever they
Yep.
are, they belong to us.
No.
The system belongs to us.
No.
We promised their chief there would be no retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
We've arranged a meeting between their High Council and you and the Senator. They
Oh
want
god,
peace.
and him.
We can't send troopers.
The Jedi are able to communicate with them. Their status is in doubt.
Do you stand against your chairman, Senator?
Yes.
Of course not, Your Majesty.
We will attack as soon as the savages arrive.
Fuck off.
There will be no attack, Chairman.
You will do as I command. This planet is under my jurisdiction.
It's not.
Nothing.
This world belongs to the moon of Pantora.
No, it doesn't.
Supreme chairman and exalted ruler of... This is now an internal affair of Pantora.
No, it's not.
Then war it is.
What?
Mount up and follow me.
No, don't.
General.
He has proclaimed this conflict an internal affair.
You
It isn't, though.
mentioned the Jedi Council for
Yeah,
intervention.
it breaks the law because they're sentient.
Authorization?
Must be
Yes.
someone on your moon who could approve it.
How many clones are you getting killed for your stupid territorial war? This is the kind of war that pacifism comes into play in. You've caused this. They're defending their home.
Retreat! We can't retreat from
Oh.
animals.
Die already! Why is everyone around you dying and you're not, you bastard? Oh, thank you. Yes.
I was hoping you could negotiate on Pantora's behalf.
You could do it, sweetheart.
Senator. You who must represent your people.
You can do it. You're much better than that stupid old man. Oh, God. How many people have died for this territorial conflict?
Good to see us, Hap. 11 dead, the rest wounded, including the chairman.
For that bastard.
I'm afraid I cannot do that, Chairman. The Pantoran Assembly is
Mhm.
out of order. I am to negotiate peace.
Impossible.
Ha!
Peace.
You selfish bastard.
Never.
Oh dear.
To die for one's people is a great sacrifice.
That's
To
what
live
they
for
did.
one's people, an even greater sacrifice.
Yeah.
I choose to live for my people. What do you choose?
He chooses to live as well.
Oh,
I will
wonderful.
leave Autoplutania under the watchful eyes of the Tals from this day forth, and recognize your sovereignty as a free and equal people.
Good. Justice was done today. Too many innocents died, though, on both sides.
Remember one crucial thing.
Yes, Master Kenobi?
Make it last, Senator.
Yeah,
Every war waged may come to an end as well.
we can only hope.
I promise you.
You'd be a much better chairman. I really enjoyed this episode. It raises, again, like a lot of these episodes do, a lot of really important themes, and it kind of ties into the pacifism themes and the good war. I mean, a justifiable war versus not justifiable war. And I mean, in the past, especially the British past, just despicable acts were done. And this is a man who, in the middle of this conflict, this war that is happening for freedom and justice, was intentionally trying to subdue another people, calling them savages because they were different to him, because they weren't just evolved as his species, when the fact that they were willing to make peace shows to me that they were far more evolved than he ever was. And the fact that he wouldn't even listen to the advice of his senator. The reason someone like him has senators around them, has people around them, is to get the advice. And so his death, I will not shed a single tear over. All of the clones that died, his own bodyguards that died, the Tulls that died, they make me want to cry. They deserve to live. But the Chancellor, his stupid last words being, "I died for my people." You literally could have lived for your people. You didn't need to do the war. You referred to, as well, he referred to the moon as a wasteland. So it's not even like, I kind of thought we were going to find out that the Tulls lived up above a gem deposit or something. But in his own words, this was a wasteland, a useless planet. But he wanted the power, and he wanted to be the only sentient life forms here, so we get the whole system and all that kind of nonsense. That it harks back to so many people throughout history. And even, I mean, modern attempts by countries, for example Russia, in wanting to have Georgia or wanting to have Ukraine like under their control. There are still people today that look back at the British Empire and think it was a good thing, when there are no good things, and that's not going to get into debate about that, you know. But he was such an example of that. And I like that the senator, who grew up on the same planet as him but was from a younger generation, maybe that was important, maybe not. She seemed soft-spoken, she seemed kind of subservient, she had to do what he wanted, but I like that they were able to circumvent him, and that when it came down to it, she had that strength inside of that fire inside of her, and I really hope for that little moon planet's future, she becomes the next chairman of the planet. And kind of seeing, again, the sort of weird dynamics between the Republic, because it's a Republic with a president. My brain has gone blank as to what his title actually is, and lots of senators, and then all of these planets that have their own laws, and they kind of have to obey, I guess, a broad system, but they're all very separate. And if they have an internal matter, then that's not anything to do with the Jedi Council, because the Jedi Council is part of the Republic, etc., etc. Yet he still thought, despite declaring it an internal matter, that he could get the clone troopers to come and deal with it for him. Like, I'm sorry, it's an internal matter, so get your own fucking army. Would have been my response. Though obviously the clones did not want to attack, but when they were being attacked, they had no choice but to fight back. So again, this episode raised some really important themes, but it had such a good ending in the sense that it was peace. That there was no burning sense for retaliation. I mean, the Tulls killed many, many of our clones and the chairman, but there was no need for... They had been defending themselves in their home. There was no need to get senseless retaliation that would just perpetuate the war, because all that does is cause more bloodshed. It was a very enlightened response, and I really did enjoy that. As I've said before, one of my favourite things about sci-fi shows, especially sci-fi shows where you explore different planets and worlds, is seeing the different worlds and the cultures, and seeing how the writers choose to reflect themes from our world in those worlds. And this was a really, really brilliant example of that. I really enjoyed the Tulls, and I just think this show's doing such a good job of really selling the wider universe to you. Still at a fairly high level in the sense of like we were dealing with the chairman of a planet and a senator and Jedi, whereas like the Mandalorian does a good job of kind of showing the ordinary experience as much as he's dealing with like all sorts of big things. But yes, I'm really enjoying this show. So a reminder, you can find the unedited version of these reactions up on my Patreon, and you can get those 2 weeks in advance and the edited version 1 week in advance. Season 1 has had 3 episodes a week, but starting with the last episode of season 1 and season 2 will be 2 on Saturday and Sunday, but that's still 2 episodes a week. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the show. Thank you so much for watching.